Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you all type of these pull push type switches.
Patrick's Garage.
These old plastic were quite good, strong and long lasting. Later versions they were adjusted to be cheaper. This particular one from 60s. I'll show you later in my car this switch for headlights, for parking lights, and this switch not connected across the ignition lock. So this lighting switch really don't care about ignition turn on or turn off, and this one switch for wipers, you see two position. This is full position for maximum speed when rain, hot, or we driving with high speed, and this is first position for average normal rain or snow maybe. How we can, this is switch has secret. How we can unscrewing this knob. You see this is lock, looks like Woodruff key, so we need to pull it out, and only after that unscrewing this knob from this switch. This is secret Woodruff key, but this is visible absolutely. And this is washer, so that way we switch on washer. This is a return spring, so we don't want to burn our washer motor, you see, and wipers two position and first position. So turn off. You see this is plate for these switches. Yeah, should be wipers. Yeah, choker which operates our Polestar device, and our lovely Sinistromer carburetor connects with it. And here should be, this is light switch, and you see this is hole, factory made hole, we see. So this was made later for later models for the switch which operates the rear window heater. This is all. So let's look what inside my car. 1972. This is from 60s.
Windscreen wiper switch, you see, pull push type switch. There is two speeds. When it pulled fully, the wipers operate at full speed. There is a choke control for our All-Star device for full start. Here is our lighting switch, first position for parking lights, so-called halfway position for switch, and for main beam full open position. Now you see these letters faded away because this is 70s model of 70s, this car, 1972 year. You know, since 70s Volvo decided to make a lot of components more cheaper. This is not best quality as used to be in 60s. So since 70s they just lowering the quality. So since 70s they decided to make their cars as cheap as they can. It's not as it used to be in 60s. Yes, they not lowering their prices, they just lowering their quality since 70s. This particular one from 1972. Yes, maybe in 70s Volvo 140 series got a little bit more power. but they're not going to hold up like models from 60s. Here is our temperature control for car interior. Temp, it means temperature, it regulates the temperature of incoming air. And differ means defrost. Differ, it means defrost, it regulates the air which goes to the windscreen. Flow regulates the air which goes to the floor, to the front seats and to the rear seats. And airflow and temperature increases when we moving these controls down. And here is the ashtray. Of course, models from 60s was better, there is no arguing that. Trip meter, it's set to 0 by pushing in. Even today, not that many guys that want to buy models from 70s. They prefer models from 60s. And yes, little disclaimer, only those of them who know that models from 60s more better. We know that plastics are very complicated things, and we know that plastics from 60s were pretty good. We can't argue that plastics from 60s were pretty good, not like these ones. It's just because the later versions of cars were adjusted to be cheaper, and those not as steady and long-lasting. So, car from 70s just looks like fake for car from 60s. Gloves box with lock, so nobody can steal your gloves. But I want to be honest, and I want to really say that even Volvos from 60s can have problems once in a while. And who knows these differences in quality Volvos from 60s and 70s? They just are not buying the cars from 70s. Or maybe for spare parts. See, this lever different. This is from 60s. I've put a lot of stuff from 60s for this car. And we should recognizing that models from 60s was more better. And this shifter, they make this shifter more shorter than it was in 60s. It's not convenient. I personally prefer more longer lever. All type of shifter was better. They just like ships. Repeat each another. Car manufacturers, I mean. Here is my seat, tear and war. Typical fabric from 70s. Here you see it was little bit restored. Here is door open lever, not so convenient as it was in 60s. So, all in all, I want to say that models from 70s not as good as models from 60s. And it writing on the wall you see at my car from 70s. So I want you to know I'm never bitching about cars. I bought them for my own reasons. So I continue driving them. There was holes, by the way, from cigars, I think. I also restored them. Maybe you think that a lot of dust on these stitches between stitches, dust can accumulate. Not so visible from first glance from long distance, but I can watch it more closely. And I show it for you. And we didn't do that bad of a job. But just since 70s, they just skew the quality of Volvo. So Volvos since 70s not as good as they used to be. And we can truly infer that it's so. And I inferred it from my own experience by using car from 60s and this car from 70s. I can compare them. I know them both. So you can easily notice if anything looks off. There is natural brush for cleaning dust from stitches on this seat. So if you're looking for 140 series Volvo, first of all, you want to make darn sure that car was made in 60s. And of course, I highly recommend reading this instruction book. In this book, we can find a lot of useful information for driving.